looking for in your business right now, so you can probably have that answer to my question. At this time, I'd like to introduce our speaker. Jeremy C. Jones is a former military veteran who served in Operation Enduring Freedom. As a family man and an entrepreneur now living in Paradise Valley. He has a passion for coaching people to find their greatness, get paid for what they're worth, doing what they love every single day to improve their marketing results. Jeremy achieved a Bachelor's of Arts and began doing multimedia and design work while he struggled to find a new freelance clients. Soon after, he discovered a simple 3-step process that makes marketing easy to understand even for non-marketing types that he now coaches his clients to utilize. At this time, a warm Arizona Holistic Chamber of Commerce welcome for Jeremy C. Jones.
Hello everyone, again. I wanted to say thanks to Janet for inviting me, and thank you, big thanks to Sharon for reaching out to me to come to this event. It's great to meet several of you in the beginning, and hopefully I'll get to meet more of you after the event goes. So thank you, Sharon, I really appreciate it, and Janet. So I know with putting an event like this, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes to put something like this together. So everyone gives a round of applause for Janet and Sharon. All right, so I have about 25 minutes, and I'm going to take a few questions at the end if we can squeeze it in. So I'm going to stick to the time as close as I possibly can to respect everyone's time. What I'm going to go through today is a little bit about how you can use blogging to market your business, both online and offline. I believe blogging is a great vehicle to be able to market your business. And a lot of people don't think about that they can use blogging offline as well for local networking events. They really can. And I'm going to explain to you 3 or 4 practical tips of what you can do to utilize a blog. If you personally have one, or where you can get one set up for very, very inexpensive or even free on some sites. Who here has currently on their website or somewhere has a blog? Okay, wow, a lot of people. Excellent. How many of you write on it once a week? 2, 3, 4 people. How about once a month? Okay, a few more. How many of you have your last post is December 2012? A lot of people aren't afraid, they're afraid to admit that. So, but that's kind of what happened with me. My background is graphic design, and that's why I was honored to come here because I don't consider myself, a marketing guru or somebody that gets real technical on the marketing side of things. I'm more of a creative mindset, and when I first started my graphic design and media business, I started doing training videos, I started doing web design, and I wanted to venture out and get more clients. So I went to a couple of networking events, and you know how you go for the first time, especially Networking Phoenix, it was this last Monday, is you go and you watch all the whirlwind of people fly past you, and after about an hour, you're just like, okay, I didn't really meet anybody, or maybe met a few people, but it was like this fast interaction. And so sometimes it's difficult to be able to connect your business in a way that's attractive rather than just going to sell. Some people fly on the other end of it. I saw a couple, I was there just for a few minutes on Monday night because I didn't have a whole lot of time to be there, but I saw some people with brochures and postcards like Ninja Stars throwing at other people. And so some people take the other approach where, which we, it's good for we got the printer guy here. It's good for him, print lots of flyers, throw them out everywhere. It's good business, right? It's good business. Hey, it's good business. So you can effectively use postcards, but for a networking event, you want to go to really connect with people. So I'm going to show you, give you a couple examples of how you can use a blog to be able to do that. So what I'm going to cover, and I'm actually going to give you a few things of practical tips you can take away. If you have anything, you can just kind of jot a few things down. That would be good, just so you can prepare for that. So I'm going to cover and there's a lot of people that have a blog, so I'll go very, very brief on this, on what a blog is and why I feel it's important. Going back to why this came about. when I first started trying to get freelance clients, I figured out really quickly that I had no idea how to market my own business. And if you're in business for yourself, you can have a trade that you're really good at, but obviously you all know for whatever period of time you've been in business is you have to have some sort of skills on being able to market your business and get your clients. Otherwise, you're out of business really soon, right? Or it's just a part-time hobby. So if you want it to be a profitable business, you definitely want to have some kind of skill set where you can market your business. Now, a lot of people will just transition on to Facebook because now there's 1 billion people on Facebook, or 900 million, whatever they say it is, and people go on Facebook and they just blast out, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And so I'm also going to show you a way that you can use a blog to more passively to add value first through your blog and through Facebook, and actually save a lot of time. A lot of people spend a lot of time on Facebook, really get no results, and then just say, forget Facebook. And then after a little while, they go, well, I need to be on Facebook. And so they post a little bit, and they go, forget Facebook. So I'm going to show you how you can utilize Facebook in a way that actually helps your business to get new clients. I'm going to talk about a little bit of how to get started. I'm going to talk about how to get more visitors to your blog, because a lot of people do have blogs already, so I'll spend a little bit more time in that area. And I really appreciate Janet and Sharon as well sending out the feedback questionnaire. I got some great questions coming back, so I really appreciate you sending the feedback for those questions. So I'm going to take those questions that you ask and integrate them into the training. If I missed anything, if you want to write this down, my blog where I put free marketing tips is askjeremyjones.com. So easy to remember. So if you go there, you'll see all kinds of free marketing tips. I run a creative marketing podcast on iTunes as well. You can search for my name and find me, and where I interview marketing experts and small business owners, and so you get free tips there as well. So there's some resources for you. I'm going to go through a 3-step marketing plan. Some people are overwhelmed with all of the tools, social media. Should be on Facebook, should be on Twitter, should be on Google+. Now you're spending your time in way too many places. You're not spending any time on your business. So where's the most important parts to be able to utilize your time to get the best results? And I'm going to go through that 3-step marketing plan to get more customers, a way you can use your blog to do that as well. Everybody ready for that? Is that good?
Sure.
Everyone? Okay, perfect. Okay, so how this kind of came about is I had a blog that I had set up. I wrote a few posts on it, and I go, nobody's really reading this, so I kind of stopped for a little while. I figured out it was difficult for me to do the marketing. I don't have any kind of sales background or sales training or marketing training or anything like that. So I began reading a lot of how I could do this, and I basically came down to a 3-step fundamental process that if you're going to market your business, how you can get new clients. And if you focus your efforts in each of these 3 areas in this order as well, then it becomes very, very effective. So look at it like this. If you're going to bake a cake, you have all of the ingredients to bake a cake. You have, and I'm talking about from scratch, just out of a box. So it takes a little bit of skill to know, the flour and all that stuff. So you have all of the ingredients. So it's not just important to have the ingredients themselves, but the order in which you put in the ingredients, right? So imagine if you waited to put in the eggs, you mixed everything up except for the eggs, then you bake it, then you pull it out, then you crack eggs on top. Not such a good cake, right? So I'm going to show you not only just some of the ingredients to be able to market your business, but in the order in which is very, very helpful. All right, so what is a blog? So I got a couple of questions came in as to, I'm putting content out, I'm actually posting on my blog, but I don't know what to do with it. I've got lots of content out there, and I don't know what to do with it. How many of you kind of feel like that? You wrote some stuff, you wrote some things on your blog. Anybody else? No? Okay, so what do you write on your blog normally? Just throw it out. If you're going to write on a blog, what kind of things do you write? Do you write about your business, about what's going on, new things that are happening? What do you write?
I write about information people can actually use.
Good.
Nutritional information for me.
Yep.
As a chiropractor works really well.
As a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Perfect. Very good. So you want to look at what is of value to the readers. So I have basically put a blog into two categories. And I recently published a book. You can find it on Amazon Kindle. It's only $3. It's on there now. It's called Post Blog Marketing. And it's everything you should do to market your blog after you click publish. So in that book, I talk about that there's basically two areas of a way that you can write a blog. First example is what I call journaling. So what that would be is someone wants, they get engaged, they want their whole family to follow along with the process of the wedding and the planning and everything without having to talk to all the family members. Just watch the blog. You guys have heard about that, right? You just have a blog where you just kind of journal of what's going on. Very, very common thing to do. I call that a journaling style. The other style is a value-driven style, what I call value-driven marketing or attraction marketing. And the difference is a journaling style, if you're a business owner, and this is what I commonly see, a lot of people know they should be putting valuable information, but you almost can't help yourself to say, oh, we won this award, or oh, now we're offering this product or service, or now we offer this service. And that's important to know, but people aren't going to be going out searching for that kind of information. And I'm going to share with why that is and how people search online. So there's two styles. There's a journaling and there's a value-driven side of things. So that's why I like this style of marketing so well. It's a value-driven marketing style of being able to write a blog. And I'm going to give you kind of an outline on how to do that. So why value first? First reason is because a lot of people, when they go online, like I said with Facebook, is they are just promoting themselves. They get on their Facebook page and they say, come check out this, look at this, I do this, and it's not creating any kind of engagement. And what you want to do on Facebook or a platform like that, it's just a way to promote word of mouth. It's a social network. So what you can do with the blog, and I'm going to go through specifically with the blog and how you can do this, is you use your blog to create more engagement on Facebook, so people are talking about it, and then when people are talking about it and they see good information, that's what they share. So how many people have had someone else on their own, without them asking them, shared a sales page on your website on their Facebook profile? Right? You see it all the time. And it's just not effective. It's buy my stuff. That's the announcement. Buy my stuff. It's just an announcement. So what I'm suggesting is that you go with value first. You offer value first, something that can solve a problem. And I'm going to go through a little bit of an outline on how you can do that. All right, so there's too much selling going on online, so we want to offer value first. So how do people search online? We're talking now off of Facebook and other applications as well. So here's a picture story to give you a visual of how people search online, and it'll help with your mindset of when you're writing this blog. So imagine there's a hunter. He goes with his hunting dog, okay? And they're going out duck hunting, let's say. He gets out with his, there's some animal people here, so I might mess up the kind of dog. So a guy with his dachshund wiener dog hunting, no, I'm kidding, totally kidding. So a bloodhound or whatever the hunting dogs are, right? So he goes out, they shoot the duck falls way far over there. He says, all right, boy, sick him. So the dog is on the scent for the duck. They're kind of trained for this, right? So it goes taking off. It kind of smells the trail. You know how you've seen the dogs, how they do it. They smell the trail, they stop the trail, they go on another trail, stop, they go, and they smell around for the trail. Well, I heard this analogy of this is how people are searching online. So you don't go to Google and say, what are the new services of a chiropractic office? You go, my back freaking hurts. I need to get some solutions here. Right? Exactly, right? So when people are searching online, they're searching for how can I solve my problem? So it's surprising, but you look at some of the things, very popular searches on Google are not what you think of what keywords would be, and that was one of the questions that came in, is what keywords can I use? Well, the keywords of people that are in pain or need a solution, or I met some of the different services, kind of learning some of the services that you offer here at the Holistic Chamber, is you think about who are the people that you serve, and what are the #1 challenges, what are the #1 problems that they have, what are the pains in their life, and how your business can solve those problems and those pains. So a great, a chiropractor or someone like that has someone that experiences some kind of pain in their back. What do I do when I find a sharp pain in my back? Somebody's going to search on that, right? What do I do? Like Google is the one that just says, I don't know, maybe look at this guy's website. That's all they do. They're not the ones that are deciding. What Google does, just to give you an idea if you don't know the back end side of things, and this is what I do on my blog is I take all these really complicated things like when someone searches on Google, what in the world, how do they determine who comes up first? A lot of people say the search engine optimization. All it is Google wants to give you, the person searching, the most relevant answer for you. They want you to have the most relevant answer for you searching. So if someone searches, I have an extreme pain in my back, what do I do? That's what people search for. And believe it or not, there's not a lot of people that are posting up relevant answers to that sort of thing. They want to search back pain providers, Phoenix. Well, if I got an extreme back pain, I may search back pain providers, but chances are it's going to be like that bloodhound that's going after a duck. Can somebody help me out? Who searches for ducks? What kind of dogs are those? Labrador? Yeah. Wow, I was way off. Labrador. Retriever. Or retriever. Okay. A Labrador retriever. No. So a Labrador is going after that scent. So that's the way we search online, right? So tell me if all of you don't do this. You're looking for, let's say, you're looking for a solution to something. You go online and you say, how do I, whatever, it could be anything. How do I do this? Searches come up. You go, let's look through here and see if there's anything that's relevant. So you kind of look around, you click, comes up, nah, this isn't what I want, right? Bloodhound's searching for the right solution. You look, not relevant, throw it away, go and research, right? So Google actually really likes blogs because blogs are new, relevant content that people are searching for. And you can do certain things you can do with your blog to make it feel to Google more relevant than someone just trying to put back pain provider Phoenix or any of these services that you offer. So think of what the services you offer, not the title of your services, but if someone is in pain, if someone is saddened by an experience of the loss of a parent, what would they search for? Find common terms that those people, not the technical in your industry terms, but if someone needs a solution, they don't know what to turn, they go onto Google and they're searching for it. So that's what they're looking for. So what you can do in your blog is to make the title of your blog those headlines of what people search for. And the chances are they're going to come up. So I'll also go through on how you can utilize that in other areas, but that's really the first part of it. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. All right, so some of the free resources I offer, I already had mentioned, and these are some of the things that you can do as well. You can have a blog. You can have trainings that you provide, audio trainings. I heard a couple other people saying they do teleclasses. We have it's called Value Driven Basics teleclass coming up in June. And I'm going to mention at the end a little bit of how you can get an offer on that, a smoking deal, right? So, and I also do coaching. So I have a coaching site where I offer a free membership on how do you keep up with all the changes of social media. And so I have a coaching site where it's 180xcoaching.com, 180xcoaching.com, and I have video training so people can understand, oh, now there's Pinterest. Oh, great. Everybody's like, oh, forget it. I got Facebook, I got Google, now I got Pinterest. What am I going to do with that, right? So I put together little micro trainings for what are just the basics. I don't want to get on there and start developing up friends and all these different things with Pinterest, but just what are the basics of what do I really need to know to do this so you're not wasting your time in all these areas. All right, so that's what that site is for. So you can do the same thing. You can create these little micro pieces of value of all of the common interests, common problems, common solutions that people need or the people that you serve. All right, so most people have a blog here, so I'm not going to go into too much, but you can go to WordPress. WordPress.com. You can get a free blog there if you just absolutely do not have a blog on your website at all. You can get a free blog there, and that's a good place to start. Just get in the swing of putting out stuff like that. And you can start that for free. One thing I would recommend over time is to have a blog developed that has or a website developed that has a blog attached to it, because you definitely, when people are searching, you want to have that as a part of your own personal website for your business. Definitely recommend that. All right, so most of you have a blog here, so I need to go into that. Well, let's get into how do you get more visitors and more traffic to your blog. Okay, that'd be helpful.
Yes.
For everyone. Okay. So here's a couple of tips and a few things that you can do to do this. Let's go with the chiropractor example, just because you're getting all kinds of good stuff here. Sit in the front. So let's say someone is, you want to write a blog post, and what's one of the most common things that you see as being a chiropractor, a pain or something?
Pain in the low back.
Lower back pain. Okay. So you could write a blog post of what are 3 things to be aware of when you discover lower back pain. Or 3 things to be aware of when you discover lower back pain. And you, with your expertise, you write a blog post. And I'm going to go through this a little bit, but I'd say at least once a month. If you can do once a week, if you can swing it just to block out 15, 30 minutes a week to write a blog post once a week, you'll really start to see it pay off. If you start to apply some of these principles that I'm giving you here today, you'll really start to see it pay off. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. You write a blog post, and just apply this to your own personal business. I don't mean to just use one example, but I want you to take these principles and apply them to people that you serve. If you write a blog post, the 3 things you need to be aware of if you experience lower back pain, okay? And you share on Facebook that post. People are going to see that there is a solution to a problem. They're either going to say themselves, oh, I just have back pain, I'm going to look at it. Some people it's not going to be relevant to. And some people are going to say, ooh, my mom just told me she has back pain. I need to send this to her. So they're either going to forward it on Facebook or they're going to send it to somebody else. Does that make sense? Another thing you can do is be a part of the groups, which you probably all are a part of Facebook groups. So there's applicable groups based on your industries and what you do. And what you can do inside of those groups, ask, do you know anybody that experiences back pain? Just ask a question. No links, nothing. Have you heard of recently anyone that experiences back pain? If someone likes it, if someone makes a comment, yes I have, you can make a comment. I recently wrote a blog post about the 3 things to be aware of. If you'd like, you can share this along to them. Right? So you can create a little bit of an engagement conversation first, and then you can say, well, I just wrote this, would you mind just passing this along? And you can include a link. Does that make sense? All right, so that's one of the things that you can do. You can go on LinkedIn groups. LinkedIn is great, really underutilized. You can go to, you can search for holistic groups within LinkedIn and find all kinds of groups all over the place, especially if you can have clients anywhere. You go into a LinkedIn group and you don't just promote. You ask a question, because it's called discussions for a reason. You can ask a question about, if you had lower back pain, what would you do? What would be the first thing you do? I'm a chiropractor, I'm just curious. You'll find a couple people will be like, well, I do have back pain, what do you think I should do? You're the expert, you know? So you can start to engage in conversations that way, and some people will say, hey, can you pass over the link? And that's when you get appropriately, you can put a link in there to your blog post. Another thing that's going to happen is when, let's say it naturally happens, someone searches, they happen to find something about a pain or a need or a problem that they have, your blog should have these social sharing buttons. They should have these social sharing buttons where you can share it, and then that person will be able to share that with their audience as well. You can also, I'll just do 2 quick more tips. You can go and search for other blogs of people that are in your same industry. So instead of that person being a competition, you can say, hey, is it okay if I maybe put a blog post on your blog, offer some value to your readers, and then you put a link back to your blog. So you offer some value and post it on someone else's blog, and their readers will see it, and then they'll link back to your blog. You can also offer. You can say, hey, if I write an article for you, would you mind writing one for me? I'll post it up on my blog. My readers would love some information like that. And some may think, why would I do that? Why would I want someone else to promote on my site? If your name is listed on a website, wouldn't you share it all over the place? Right? So your name is listed as an expert on another site. You go and you share that out. So that's some of the ways that you can get some traffic as we wrap up here. So I'm going to give you, as promised, really quick, 3-step marketing plan to get more clients. There's 3 steps: expose, engage, and upgrade. So you want to have some kind of an email database system. You want to find 3 to 5 regular ways, reaching out methods. 3 ways that you can expose your business on a regular basis: networking groups, networking meetings, Facebook, these kind of groups. As long as you share appropriately, you expose your business. When people go to your blog, you should ask a question at the end of the post. What do you think about this? Your experiences? You know anyone like that? People leave comments. Be sure to reply to those comments. Engage with those people. That's going to discover the needs that they have. Oh, I know someone that did this. You can follow up on that. And then upgrade. The first thing you should do is offer something free on your website, so when people do go to see that information, you can have a report that says something like the 10 things you need to know if you experience back pain, free video, free audio, free report. People download it, they give you their email, that gives you permission to continue the conversation, and you upgrade them from a free reader, subscriber, engager in your blog to a paid customer. Does that make sense? All right. So that's the 3 steps: exposure, engage, and upgrade. If you keep focused on those 3 areas, I think you'll be really well off. So if you have an interest in learning more about the value-driven marketing, how to put value first, and maybe specific ideas of what you can do, I'm doing a teleclass every Saturday of June for 4 weeks. It's a $97 teleclass that I'm doing. The smoking deal for today, for all of you, is that if you, and I have some cards, or you can email it to me. My email, and if you have any questions I didn't cover, email me at info@askjeremyjones.com. I'd be happy to answer any additional questions that you have, no problem. If you send me a recommendation of some of the value or a tip that you got from this workshop here today, I will give you a discount to that teleclass. Instead of $97, it'll be like $27. Okay? I will also give you a free website evaluation. I've identified 18 points called key performance indications of a website. I'll do a free evaluation of your website and give you some pointers, maybe a few minutes on the phone, and also give you that discount. Okay? So, let's do questions. Okay, so we're good for a couple minutes for questions. Any questions? Sharon, you're first.
So how many words would be a blog? Like you say, take 15 minutes and write a blog on a weekly basis. Like how many words should that be?
Okay, so I say it depends on how often. If you do it once a month, stretch it a little longer, 600 to 800 words.
Okay.
Any more than that's like first chapter of your book. It's like 800 words is good. It's good because you want to put some visuals in there as well.
Once a week would be how many words?
Once a week, 200 to 300 words. I mean, you can do a couple paragraphs. Yeah. As long as you keep the titles that are solving problems, and you do maybe a couple of little points. Remember this, remember this, remember this. Here's the summary. Ask a question.
Okay.
And keep that format in there. Yeah, 200 to 300 words is good.
What's the internet etiquette, legal, blah, 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 whatever, about being published on another site, but then wanting to use that same content on your site?
Yeah, you don't want to do duplicate content. So you don't want to copy. You don't want to take an article from your blog, copy it, do it to another one. Google doesn't like that. They want original content. What you can do is repopulate it with something else. So one example would be the 3 things that you need to know if you experience back pain, or pain, or something in your life. Just think of another 3 things. You can do the same title, but think of another 3 things. Or take one of those things and say, if I could break this down a little bit more, what would that be? You got a new title, you got a new topic. Sir?
Yeah, I have a Joomla blog on my website. It's a little technical. Would I be better off having a WordPress blog versus the Joomla blog?
I don't know a whole lot about Joomla. I've heard that it works pretty well, but I know that WordPress is very, very user-friendly, and that it indexes really well with Google.
So I'm probably better off starting a different one.
Possibly, yeah. Sure, yep. Anyone else?
I'll just make a quick question, or a quick comment. Have you heard of EmpowerNetwork.com?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good place to post your articles because they rank less than 500 in Alexa worldwide and under 200 in the United States. So you're coming up on first page.
Oh, okay.
And they teach you how to do SEO.
Oh,
Right
okay.
on the site itself, they teach you how to do your SEO.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard they rank well. The only thing I would be aware of with that is that you don't necessarily own the content. So when you host your own blog, you write the content, you add your own pictures, you own it. It's hosted by, let's say, GoDaddy or something like that. That content is stored on the server. You own it, you own the rights to it. And Empower Network is a blog service that is hosted by someone else. You pay for the subscription. It's like you're renting the space almost. So it'd be like if you went to Tumblr and you wrote it there, or you just go on a Facebook place and you just write it there. Facebook owns the stuff. Your account gets shut down, you lose everything. So just to be aware of. I mean, yes, it's good to start doing. You want to do anything, anywhere you can post to start getting in the habit of writing that value content.
Do you talk about, I have a problem getting free readers of my e-zine
Okay.
to cough up some money. I mean, I
They
have
subscribe for
product,
free.
and it's, you know, it's helpful, and they all tell me they love me, and man, I am just aces.
They love you, but they don't want to pay you.
Yeah, right. Do you
All right.
talk about how do you
Yeah.
get them to
Oh,
turn into
absolutely.
customers?
Yeah, so anyone heard of Seth Godin?
Yes.
Who that is? Okay. Seth Godin wrote a bunch of books. He used to be a marketing VP at Yahoo.
Yeah.
Incredible information. If you want to look up a book that's really, really good, is any of Seth Godin's books.
Excuse
so
me?
he talks about Seth Godin.
Yeah, I know Seth Godin.
Yeah. So he talks about the chasm. So you offer something for free, and then you have your paid clients. There's this big chasm with people that are only willing to get free information, and then there's this giant gap between people that are willing to pay for information. There's a gap. So what you want to do is find easy ways to close the gap, right? So you may want to start with something that's a very, very low point of entry. You may want to do a one-time call, question and answer call that's $9.
Rather
Close
than
that gap.
Mercedes. You don't want the Mercedes.
Yeah. You try to sell something for $199 to somebody that's never paid you, even though they trust you and stuff like that. They're like, well, I can sell this free stuff. Maybe next week it'll be free.
Yeah, I've done all that stuff.
Have you done a low cost?
I have some Kindle books.
Okay. Yep.
You know, $3.99, $7.99,
Okay.
$5.99.
Mm-hmm.
I have a downloadable PDF book.
Okay.
It's $37, but it has like 50 years of research in it
Mm-hmm.
that I have dug out.
So what my kind of intuition is telling me is that what might be missing is called urgency and scarcity. So
Yeah.
if you set it one price, it's always the same price. I don't know, you may have done this, may not. One price, same price all the time. It's like, I'm gonna pay for it, not pay for it. So you can create scarcity is there's only a certain amount. So a call only 5 people. This is the cost. Scarcity. Urgency would be it normally costs $97, but you do a training call that's free. It's normally $97. You order it today and make just a ridiculous offer. It's only $9. Everybody else pays $97. So that's a scarcity and urgency. You may want to just kind of throw that in there a little bit as well.
I have the last question, so I'm on the right page. I don't know if all of you are aware, but our new website is up. Yay. Also, we do have a blogging page on our website. Now, the question I have, being the Chamber of Commerce, if I got an article from Harlan that I liked, can I put that on that blog page, identifying that I received that information from him, and then add my 20 cents worth of comments? Is that okay, or is that not okay?
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste.
But
Maybe all of you knew that, I didn't know that.
I would recommend
So
to
it's
be
your
able
own
to-
from your heart story.
Yeah, original articles. It will count against you to have duplicates.
Okay.
It will count against the chamber website, and it will count against the other website. So if you could have people submit original articles, it'd be great.
Okay, is that what you're saying?
That's what I want to say. If Harlan sends you an article that's not on his site, it says here.
With a link back to his website is fantastic. Mhm.
Does everybody get that? Because we have a Daily Dollar short on this. Okay? It does, thank you. Everybody, round of applause, thank you.